So people
Yeah.
are like, why didn't I get a warning? Well, I'm like, Iredell County is gigantic. It takes like an hour and a half to drive across Iredell County. This was only for the very southern tip. So the whole county did not get the warnings. So people in those towns were saying, hey, I didn't get a warning. And I had to say, you weren't in the polygon. You shouldn't have got a
Yeah.
warning. So it worked. But I had one guy, he lives on the lake there. And the funny thing, and I want to investigate this, him and his wife have two different versions of an iPhone. I think iPhone 13 and 14. They're both on Verizon. One of them got the WIA, the other one did not, and they were right next to each
Ooh,
other in the same room.
that doesn't
So
sound that doesn't sound great. And
yeah,
is there a thing also? And I feel like I got this in comments. The WIAs, and by the way, WIA's wireless emergency alert for anybody who hasn't
yeah.
heard us say WIA before. Does it not override Do Not Disturb?
Well, it used to, but there, at least in the new version of iOS on my phone, you can mute all of them. It goes off, but that
Seems
doesn't make a
crazy.
sound. Yeah. So, because I know there's a tab now that says always sound, and you can turn that on and off. So yeah, you can disable that. And the other thing I'm curious too, and I didn't really think about this, what happens if you're on Wi-Fi calling, like I am at my house? Um, you
You
know, it
should
does.
still have a geolocation though, shouldn't you?
You should, but you're technically hitting a cell tower. So if you're not hitting a cell tower, that's the way they're sent out right now. It should still come in, but I'm curious if people
Huh.
like on Wi-Fi only for calling in their home may have an issue there. And then you always get you might be hitting a different tower than somebody else. That
Yeah.
happens quite a bit. You'd be surprised. Sometimes, I'm in my same house with my wife, and I have 4 bars of coverage, and she has one. We're clearly hitting two different towers, so
Yeah.
that does happen. But it's a good example of like why these things work and how they're supposed to work, and I love that it worked correctly, and that we got the warning out. We were on the air. It worked out perfectly, and nobody was hurt, which is always a great thing.